Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry News YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Alex and I hope all is well with you. On the day Meghan and Harry's Netflix docuseries premieres, we will have a review of that forthcoming. On the day of that show premiering and just after receiving an award for anti-racism and mental health work in New York, it was announced yesterday that Meghan has won another award for her podcast, Archetypes, and she also thanked her fans and listeners. On Tuesday evening, the Duchess of Sussex's podcast Archetypes won the People's Choice Award for Top Podcast of 2022. Her podcast Archetypes was produced as part of an $18 million deal with Spotify. The podcast received the award during a show at Microsoft Theatre in Los Angeles last night. The programme beat the popular shows Call Her Daddy, Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, Not Skinny But Not Fat, Conan Bryan Needs a Friend, Smartless, Anything Goes with Emma Chamberlain, and Why Won't You Date Me with Nicole Byer. Thank you to all the supporters and fans of Archetypes who voted for us for the special People's Choice Award, Meghan said in a statement on her Archeraw site on Wednesday. I loved digging my hands into the process, sitting up late at night in bed, working on the writing and creative. And I loved digging into meaningful conversation with my diverse and inspiring guests, laughing and learning with them, and with each of you listening. It has been such a labour of love with an amazing team who were each instrumental in helping to bring this series to life, she added. Special thanks to Terry Wood, who was my right hand in this special project, along with Catherine, Rebecca, Andy, Matt, and the wider team who all worked hard to make each moment resonate. Above all, huge thanks to each of you who voted. Your support means the world. Meghan wasn't present to accept the prize at Barker Hangar in Santa Monica, California, as she and Prince Harry were in New York City for the Ripple of Hope Award Gala. The first season of Meghan's podcast has seen her joined by guests including Mariah Carey, Serena Williams, Jamila Jamil and Paris Hilton. It came just hours before the launch of the couple's explosive Netflix series after incendiary trailers promoting their forthcoming documentary dropped, in which they hinted that Buckingham Palace leaked and planted negative stories about them. Harry alleged the couple had suffered from leaks and planted stories that backed up the royal family hierarchy. But royal sources insist it was absolutely wrong to suggest Harry and Meghan had been briefed against and unprecedented steps had been taken to support them. Although I have not watched any of the docuseries yet, I will do later today and a review will be forthcoming. There are already reports of what is in the first few shows. Prince Harry is taking aim at the British media, claiming it's his duty to uncover the exploitation and bribery that allegedly occurs within the system. Throughout the first 3 episodes of Netflix's Harry and Meghan docuseries, the couple slammed the paparazzi's constant harassment, with the Duke of Sussex claiming that being swarmed by cameras make up most of his early memories. Paparazzi used to harass us to the point where we had to be forced into smiling and answering questions to their travelling press pack, Harry said, and that made me feel really uncomfortable from the get-go. He added that he was always advised not to react to cameras and never feed into it. What the general consensus from reviews so far is that in the first few episodes, the documentary steers clear of overt criticism of the royal family, with much more of a focus on Harry's distrustful relationship with the media, and Meghan's surprise at the strength of interest in her and reaction to her. I will check it out later and report back tomorrow. I have to say, after watching The Crown Season 5, which I thought was very well done, the way they covered the Diana and Charles relationship and divorce, it came across very much like a whitewash, which means intentionally hiding some kind of wrongdoing, error or unpleasant situation. There was much left out that should have been in there. Maybe Season 6 will be more interesting. Apparently, it is reported in the opening scenes of the Meghan and Harry Netflix series, Harry is shown at Heathrow Airport in footage he filmed himself in March 2020, as he prepared to leave the UK for the last time as a senior royal. Explaining why the couple made the documentary, he said, "This is about duty and service, and I feel as though being part of this family, it is my duty to uncover this exploitation and bribery that happens within our media." Meanwhile, Meghan is seen separately filming herself in Vancouver, wearing a towel on her head and saying, "Unfortunately, in us standing for something, they are destroying us." So it may just end up about the media, but what I would like to hear about is the firm's involvement with that said media and the planting of stories, because if it doesn't go into this, then it is a whitewash, because it is so obvious when you see how the media across all platforms are so pro-royal family and yet are so anti-Meghan and Harry. The bias is clearly very obvious. But it will not be a big surprise if this show doesn't end up delivering on what was said in the trailers. For me, the primary focus is on the smear campaign, the planting of stories, and dirty game as mentioned in the trailers. It may be only there for promotion. We will see. I will check it out tonight and give a full review of it tomorrow. Anyhow, if you have watched it already, let me know what your thought of it is in the comments. Thank you for your time and take care.